Hello, ladies and gents. What we're going to be talking about today is Rudy Giuliani and the latest evidence that he's uncovered. But before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on with this election. So, essentially, what has happened is the election has been stolen from the President of the United States. As conservatives, we can only stand so much. At some point, the straw will break the camel's back. And I am sorry to say, but I believe most conservatives, at least that I speak to, are very near that breaking point. Conservatives in general wake up in the morning, go to work, come back home, feed their family, go to bed, wake up and do it all over again. Conservatives, I once heard a saying, is essentially the glue that holds the country together. At one point, the Democratic Party used to be for the working class, the middle class. Now, the Democratic Party wants to destroy the middle class. And they're doing a pretty damn good job of it with the, as my good colleague, liberal hive mind likes to say, the coof pandemic. It's very sad the way the world has turned. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. About a week ago, Rudy Giuliani, the big beast that boy is, hopped on Newsmax TV here and essentially blew the lid off of the Hunter Biden conspiracy. Turned it into a real-life, living, breathing thing. Now, he claims that he has the legal documents to prove that he got this hard drive that he acquired legally. Now, that is alleged. Before I get fact-checked, there's no evidence of this yet. And Rudy Giuliani really explains in detail what he's doing here. So, the reason why he's dropping little piece by little piece, little breadcrumbs, is so he can expose the media for trying to cover all this up. If he would have dropped it all at once, like he said, it would have just been all blown over right away. What he's able to do now is catch the Democrats in their lies. We'll go ahead and show you what is now evidence, of course, but what had back a week ago and not been uncovered yet. You will see a text message that essentially shows evidence that Joe Biden has been getting paid by the Ukrainian, Iranian, and China Communist Party. Hunter Biden throws a little pissy fit in a text message to his daughter. States that Joe Biden does take 50% of the salary that he makes for the family. Yada yada. Before I go off on a tangent here, we'll just let you watch the clip for yourself. Have a look, guys.
I got the hard drive legally, completely legally. Why are they worried about how I got it? Why don't they just say it's untrue?
Fair point.
Because it isn't untrue. Because Joe Biden participated in massive bribes. Because this hard drive will prove that his son illegally got $10 to $14 million from Ukraine, that the purpose of it was to bribe the president of the Ukraine, which Biden admitted to. It's also going to show that Hunter was sharing half of the proceeds with his father. I have another text message that hasn't been released yet, right here from January 6, 2019. It reads as follows. This is Hunter Biden to his daughter. I love you, but I don't receive any respect, and that's fine, I guess. Works for you, apparently. I hope you all can do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years. It's really hard, but don't worry, unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half your salary. That's the email. It's on the hard drive. It's clearly his hard drive. It's got 1,000 pictures of him. I haven't put those pictures out. Those pictures are disgusting. Some of those pictures constitute crimes, by the way.
And I want to just point out for the viewers that what you just showed there has not been seen yet. So thank you for sharing some of that with us.
I'll tell you how you can see it. You can go to Rudy Giuliani, rudyscommonsense.com, It's there, the exact document.
And there you have it, folks. And that leads us right into our next point. The media. They have been so dead set on censoring conservatives, censoring right-wing ideas for the past 4 years and longer. This dates back decades ago. Anyhow, essentially, we're being censored by Twitter, Facebook, etc. And actually, the CEOs of Facebook, Twitter, and Google, mainly Jack Dorsey from Twitter and Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, got absolutely grilled when they gave their testimony under oath by these Republican senators. Ted Cruz especially, he went after Twitter hard. I'll show you a little clip of Ted Cruz here in a sec. He was getting pretty upset, as he rightfully should be. I mean, this has been happening for way too long. And like I said, eventually the straw will break the camel's back. And it is at that point where we feel like we need to stand up and fight for our freedom of speech. And not only our freedom of speech, our freedom in general. Because there is a massive conspiracy going on with these left-wing propagandists and activists. They're essentially trying to steal our freedom, steal our country, and then unite under a one-world government. Sounds a lot like Nazi Germany, doesn't it? What they're going to do? Biden wants to get rid of coal miners, right? What happens then? Our heat goes away. Next, he's going to get rid of food. He's not going to literally take it off the shelves in the stores. He's going to scare the people into believing that they need to go out here, buy all of this food, buy it up, because we're going on lockdown this, lockdown that. He's going to scare all of the people. We're going to lock down. Our country's going to go broke. And then in turn, what do we have to do? Go up to the government. Please ask for handouts. Not going to happen. Conservatives will not allow that to happen. They will not steal this country. And that is what we're fighting for. Before we end this video, I'll go ahead and show you that clip of Ted Cruz absolutely grilling Jack Dorsey from Twitter. And I really hope that he actually does what he says in this clip. Go ahead and take a look, guys.
Third-party organizations, candidates, and political party activists are involved in, quote, handling absentee ballots. Would you flag that as potentially misleading?
I don't, know the specifics of how we might enforce that, but I imagine a lot of these would have a label pointing people to a bigger conversation.
Well, you're right. You would label them because you've taken the political position right now that voter fraud doesn't exist. I would note both of those quotes come from the Carter-Baker Commission on Federal Election Reform. That is Democratic President Jimmy Carter and former Secretary of State James Baker. And Twitter's position is essentially voter fraud does not exist. Are you aware that just 2 weeks ago in the state of Texas, a woman was charged with 134 counts of election fraud? Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
If I tweeted that statement with a link to the indictment, would you put a wording on it that says, well, the Democratic Party position right now is voter fraud doesn't exist?
I don't think it's useful to get into hypotheticals, but I don't believe so.
You don't believe so? Well, we're going to test that because I'm going to tweet that and we'll see what you put on it.
Whew. That's a lot of heat, guys. As you can see, Ted Cruz has grown balls for, now not all Republicans, grown the balls that a lot of Republicans can't, per se. We all need to stand up as one, not only conservatives, not only Republicans, liberals, all of us. This is affecting all of our lives, and it is going downhill fast. The media is trying to censor what we are constantly discovering every day, because they don't want us in a panic. They don't want us knowing their end goal. Well, I hate to break it to you, but we're hot on your trail. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Mad Libs out.